Here's your Storm Tracker 13 forecast.
Hurricane Florence continues to churn across the Atlantic. If you watch the eye, it gets a little bit smaller, a little more ragged and cloud covered at times. That's kind of an indication that not all is healthy with a storm, and it has been weakening today. Still a Category 3, still a major hurricane. Also notice that the clouds there's Myrtle Beach right at the edge. The band of clouds that's moving onto the Grand Strand right now is actually the first outer band from the hurricane. No rain with that, but if you look outside and you see those clouds, that is from Hurricane Florence, and those clouds will tend to increase as we head through the day tomorrow. 120-mile-per-hour sustained winds right now, Category 3, major hurricane. It's moving off to the northwest at 16 miles per hour. That faster track will continue overnight tonight into tomorrow. Then things slow down, and once it slows down, anything can happen with a forecast. The wobbling, the meandering, that's going to make it very difficult to figure out where it's going as we head toward Friday into the weekend. But through tomorrow, Category 3 hurricane approaching the North Carolina coast. Once we get toward tomorrow night into Friday morning, the forecast is for it to approach Cape Fear and really slow down. This is 2 a.m. Friday, 2 p.m., and that's 7 p.m. right there. So it hardly moves. If it goes over land, it will weaken pretty quickly. If it stays over water, it's going to hold a lot of its strength, and it should make a turn to the southwest, which would bring it close to the Grand Strand. The forecast is right over the Grand Strand, and then weaken as it pushes inland. A slow mover, that means a lot of rain and the potential for hurricane-force winds continuing across parts of South Carolina. The computer models right now all pretty tightly packed through the next 24 hours, but then after that, they all diverge. They really slow down. Some of them go inland, some of them keep it offshore for a little bit. But the big thing to tell here is that it really slows down Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so the potential for some very heavy rain is going to be there. And the soonest we could start to see those winds picking up to tropical storm force, this is what you want to use when you're deciding when to leave and when to evacuate. 8 o'clock Thursday morning along the Grand Strand in the PD, 2 o'clock Thursday afternoon. That's the fastest we could get those tropical storm force winds. And once those winds are at tropical storm force, you really don't want to be traveling or outside. And it does look like we are going to see at least tropical storm force winds, 100 or 90% chance. Those hurricane force winds, the highest chance is still between Cape Fear and Cape Lookout. That's where the worst of the conditions will be, and that's where the greatest storm surge is going to be as well. But notice that the higher chances do extend along the Grand Strand, so there is a chance for winds over 75 miles per hour, even up to 100 miles per hour as you get toward North Myrtle Beach. In the PD, those rain chances those chances for hurricane force winds are a little bit lower across the PD. It does look like it'll be mainly tropical storm force winds across the PD as well. We're also tracking the chance for the heavy rain. We're looking at 10 to 15 along the coast, 5 to 10 inland areas, but there is potential for greater amounts of rain, especially because this storm is going to be moving so slowly, and it is going to have an erratic path. That means those details are very hard to forecast.
Okay, thanks a lot, Frank. Nicole?